Hi there, fellow person that stumbled into my channel. Yeah, you! Do you know what year it is? It's 2016! The current year! And I'm here to make a video. I'm gonna give you my impressions on the Division beta. Well, I don't have too much to say about it. The PvE feels okay, though the only thing I will say about the PvE is that I don't think there's enough enemy variety for it. So I think doing PvE will get old pretty fast. They came out with their faction trailer yesterday, and I don't. There are only two factions that stood out to me, and those were the Cleaners and the crap. I forgot the name, but the Spec Op looking ones, Spec Op looking faction. I was actually hoping there'd be a faction like that to counter us, but having PvP in there kind of takes you out of the illusion that you're fighting against AI that can do what you do pretty much. But it'll probably still be fun. So I'm gonna talk. So I talked about PvE. Now I'm gonna move over to the Dark Zone because as I said, I don't have too much negativity about PvE. The game feels fine, except the movement. I've got stuck a couple of times with the movement. It's not as fluid as I'd like it to be, and the shooting feels fine. Shooting is just okay, but this game is, as a lot of people have put it already, this game is an RPG first, then a shooter. Kind of the opposite of another game I can think of. And so on to the Dark Zone, the PvP. The Dark Zone felt a little empty as I ran around, and the people were derps. They derped harder than I did. But and talking along people, the bounty. I don't think the bounty. I think the bounty system needs to be altered a bit, because you have to damage someone a certain amount before you consider rogue, and I think that it can be exploited heavily. There were a couple of occasions where I was shooting AI and some random smart person runs in front of me and eats the bullets, and I become rogue because this person is an idiot. And I just and people that when they see that rogue timer, oh, they don't care. They'll just shoot you. And it's just what can you do at that point? And also there are times where it's been brought up in multiple videos, but you can be baited into being rogue. Also, someone could shoot a bullet at you and you unloading them, and you're the one that's punished for that when they shot you first. That is pretty exploitable. And I'm pretty sure Ubisoft has probably worked hard to sort out the rogue system, but it has its flaws. I was thinking of somehow changing the rogue system to make it more of like an actual bounty system. My idea would be that when you would go rogue, a bounty would appear, and then there'd be a bounty board to support that. Now, for this to work, they something like this would probably have to be an update much later on. And how it would work is, as soon as you enter that first gate to the Dark Zone, in the same room where the Dark Zone vendor is at, there'd be a bounty board, and there would be rogues on that bounty board. And what you could do is you could accept the bounties. Yeah, that gives it a bit of immersion, right? And you could go after people who have the bounties for them. Now the problem with this is that something like that rogue timer, something like that would have to go, and that kind of counterbalances the entire thing. And another thing with the rogue timer, if someone goes rogue and kills you and take your loot, and you try to get revenge, and the counter goes away, you can't really do anything, because if you kill them, you're the one that's going to be punished. That's what happened to me. I was extracting loot, and as soon as the helicopter came, I looked around me. There was no one there. And as soon as I put my loot on the heli, this guy came running out the bushes and killed me and took my stuff. It wasn't a fun experience. I mean, I laughed, of course, because I was an idiot. I should have waited a bit. But he took my stuff. And then when I respawn and get revenge, long and behold, his rogue timer ran out. And then he had the nerve to do jumping jacks in front of me. Now I don't have this recorded, but of course, your boy pulled out his buckshot and went rogue. When I said your boy, I meant me, of course. But in that instance, I was the one punished. But I think that and this goes back to the bounty boy. I think that the bounties, I think that the bounties should possibly never go away. It's a little hard to put together a system like this and not for it to be exploitable. But how my idea would be for the bounty system would work is if a person accepts your bounty, you cannot leave the area as long as there are bounty hunters who are in the area trying to find you in the dark zone. That is, and how it will work is it all be proximity based. You wouldn't be able to see your target from across the map. And how it would work is you'd look at your map and there'd be this big bubble on this zone. No, it would work with zonings. Some of the zones are big. We'll go back to the bubble. It would work with a big bubble. And how that feed into this is you'd go and you'd search the bubble, and pretty much you'd have to aim at people for it to say when it says non-hostile. When you aim at someone, that's what you have to do. You'd have to be that close to them, or you can look through a sniper rifle. And when you get to the final person who the bounty you're taking, when it gets to them, it'll mark them saying, "Hey, this is your bounty target," and you can try to kill them and take the reward. Now the reward, it would be simple. If you kill the target, you get the reward. If you have the bounty, I'll go with that. To a regular person who does not have the bounty, they would appear as a regular agent. You wouldn't know unless you go to the bounty board. But let me see here. The thing that really takes away from this is that the player targeting the person that has the bounty, that player can to just leave the game, and that's what I'm trying to avoid, the disconnects, because people will disconnect. The only thing I could think of for punishing them is that they lose some of their loot if they DC, but that's not really on the player. Sometimes you just get DC from the game because some games have shitty netcode. But I don't know. I'm trying to think though. The only thing I can really think of is they just lose the dark zone loot. That's about it. Nothing else. I think that'd be fair, right? Right. Yeah, that's fair, right? So, and then on with that, and how this would work is that on the other for the other end, when you kill the bounty you're trying to take, there is a chance for there's a chance for specific loot that this also will take time to do. This would be what, bounty loot? Yeah, we'll go with, I guess it could be called bounty. It's placeholder name. But anyway, that's how it's gonna work. You get it. You'd have when you kill a bounty, you have a chance for a specific set of items to drop. This would be, I guess, bounty loot. We'll go with bounty loot. And on the other end of that, the person who is being hunted. Now, how this would work is that the more hunters you kill coming after you, the bigger your bounty gets. So it's one of those things where, hey, the more you kill, the more people have a chance to come after you. And another thing, if the target you're hunting, if they kill you, the bounty is canceled and it's put on a cooldown. I'm thinking maybe a 5 to 10. Nah, that's not enough time. Maybe 5 to 10 minute cooldown. You can't accept that bounty. This just varies on person to person, and the bounty system it'll be character based. So you can, if you have a bounty on one character, you can switch to another and you won't have a bounty, because that'd be rough coming in on low level characters. And okay, but back to the other side of the person being hunted. If they killed their bounty hunters, they have a chance for rogue gear to drop. Now, rogue gear will only drop from bounty hunters who accept the bounties to kill you. And that has a chance. That could be rogue outfits, of course, rogue weapons of any attire, shotguns, submachine guns. This would be rogue gear. And it would be specific because it'd be rated. I'm assuming there's not red colored loot in the game, but this loot would be red. And when it drops from when you finally get it, you'd have to extract it. Sounds pretty dope, right? Yeah. But a system like this, I'm still working on the ideas, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people aren't gonna like this system. But like I said, it's a lot of the names and stuff I have for it is still placeholder, and I'm still trying to figure out how to how to implement this because you could technically speaking this could be exploited also. People always find ways to exploit something. You could go in with a party, and then you could then leave the party and just farm the loot like that. I don't like that. But I imagine that's how people would exploit an idea like this. But that's my idea. That's all. That was my idea on the rogue. The rogue system needs a little bit more work because it's heavily exploitable right now, and so far you're punished heavily for being rogue, whether you want to be or not. Yes, enough. They need to bump up the rewards for going rogue, and that's pretty much all I have to say about the division. Nothing else I found wrong with it. PVE was alright. It felt a little empty. There was too much running in the PvE. Yeah, too much running. So much run. Wow. There was a lot of running from place to place. I also wish that maybe a fast travel, maybe more than one fast travel system, perhaps. The too much ass. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about the division. It was fun, and I hope to play the open beta. This is your boy Derp.